Were those cones or were those are those pyramids?
What?
The things that make up the little gates?
Those are
what kind of level
triangles.
Are we at?
We're in like the
Pyramid.
harbor level.
I know, I meant, you know, when was Spyro 2 released? Like, what kind of PS2 level? What were we running with?
We're running on... I think
What game? What else came out this year? You know what I mean? You know what I'm fucking saying?
I think Yoshi's Story came out the year this game was released.
Really?
Oh gosh, what? I think it's 1998. No, 1998 was the first game. This is 1999.
Okay.
So, I think...
Problem is with comparing it with Yoshi's Story is they're like so similar visual stimuli. Although I know you're thinking you got the Yoshi's Island on the brain.
Yeah.
As Carl the KP man, KP Pilkington might say. I feel like that's
Thanks for getting our ship fired up, Spyro. Now we can proceed with
a northern British thing to say. Well, not northern British, northern. Like, I'm sick of this. British means all of them, all the UK. So what do you call? But they call themselves Brits. It's confusing. Help an American out. People from England. England. I need the Englands to help me. If you're from England, send me a little thing that tells me what to call all different types of people. I want to know what to call you. You know what I mean? If you're from England.
Inglaterra.
It's really hard to say. England. I'll tell you.
England.
England. Well, it's not hard to say.
I mean,
But
so Eric, you're working on a video right now. Spoiler alert. It'll probably be out by the time this comes out.
Define working on it.
It
could only ever be like 7 minutes, and I don't have to like write a script for it. Really, it's just sort of something that like happens whenever I do work on it, and you haven't seen it yet. So, what kind of pace do you think I'm? Do you think it's just that well put together? Because it's not. I've worked on it twice. Oh, that's not true. I've worked on it 3 times because I played the game once. Anyway, I've said too much. Unless if it's coming.
Yeah, but you didn't write a script then. All of that was ad-libbed.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because otherwise it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's so much easier to make a thing without a script. I don't know if it's a laziness thing. It's more like, I don't know. You thought it was funny, what you saw.
Yeah. I was just curious since you didn't write a script, you wouldn't know the agony of editing a voiceover.
Well,
which is what I was going to discuss.
Well, I still had to record the lines. I just thought of them on the spot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess if you're sticking to a script, then it's an experience I haven't really had. Yeah.
Because then you start tripping over your own words and it becomes a big thing. In a way that recording this playthrough right now is not.
I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I would ever want to do a scripted thing. I guess that just shows a lack of foresight on my part. Make us wait through this again.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what grinds my gears? Oh, we almost did it. We almost did that whole section without making the gear joke, the gear pun. Michael.
The gear grinders have stolen our diamonds.
What other game came out this year?
Gears of War
6: Revengeance.
What do you think of Gears of War 4?
What is that? Judgment Day or actual Gears of War 4?
Actual Gears of War 4.
I don't know. I haven't played it.
Featuring the son of
Unlike
Marcus
you,
Phoenix.
Mr. Paper Mario, I don't judge before seeing something and playing it.
Oh, just mean are you excited for it?
What'd you say?
Are you excited for it?
Am I excited? Oh, it's coming out? I thought it already came out. I don't care. Because I forget that I now sort of basically own an Xbox One, but I don't because it's my dad's. but he's like doesn't use it, so he's like, have it. But I don't technically have it. But I have it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Have you even played Halo 5 yet? We got you a copy.
You did, and I will play it. I just haven't really used my Xbox One since you got that. I only played like one game on the Xbox One, and that was... Although I don't know if it came out on the Xbox 360. I think it came out on both consoles. Forza Horizon 2, since I wanted to play a racing game, and I don't like very many racing games, and that was the arcadest one.
That was great.
I don't know.
Now I can start fixing my machines.
That game is stupid, but I like it's like a when you don't want to do anything, you can play that, and you're basically doing nothing.
All right, so we're missing 9 gems.
I thought you were going to trying to ask me a legitimate question, and I couldn't answer it, and instead there was just nonsense. Where are we gonna find them? Where are we gonna find them? Okay, Pokemon Sapphire is complete. Now I gotta go to the worst one. It's funny because I would actually argue that Sapphire is better Pokemons. Oh my god, forgot about this nonsense. I love these guys. I think these guys should win, little firefighter men.
Well, Eric, you'll be glad to know that we'll be seeing more of them in the next level.
I hope they win. I hope they win. They won't. They have no chance, the little firefighter men. Firefighter mans. Did you know that I was a firefighter for 7 years?
No.
Yeah, I was a hero.
Dude, I haven't even played this game in 9 years.
I've saved 18 young children, 356 pets.
Nice. Zephyr, here we go.
And one man that was very, very old. He started the fire. Wait.
That was a joke, wasn't it?
No. Okay, Michael, what was the joke there? You little...
That the old man started the fire by accident because he's old.
No. It's not even like a
see,
joke.
Eric?
This is fucking nonsense.
Those birds are breeze builders, just like those pelicans.
So those are the good guys?
Well, I mean, like...
The good guy just made that thing swallow a bomb and burp hilariously.
So that's what I meant when I said that Zephyr and Breeze Harbor were sister levels.
So they will win! Yay! That's cool.
Down and we've been waiting for a volunteer to blow up their munitions.
I guess this in this case, Ruby is better. But I'm just saying, in Sapphire and Ruby, near the beginning, you get either a Lotad, which don't get me wrong, it's not the best Packerman. But when you get the fucking seed guy, what's his name? What's the little seed man from Ruby, at the beginning of Ruby?
Oh, C-Dot?
That turns into Nuzleaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, C-Dot. Come on. Because C-Dot can only learn Bide. Although I will say, Nuzleaf is inspiration for the name Nuzlocke.
Really?
Yes. It's because the first Nuzlocke, I think, like, the guy had a Nuzleaf. I've only ever watched one of those. There's Pro Jared's actual. Every time I say Pro Jared, you know what Pro Jared is, right?
Yeah.
Every time I say Pro Jared, I almost say Pro Gerard the Finishist, which is just another name for Gerard the Comportionist, which is another name for Gerard the Completionist. Then there's Beardman. Do you watch much YouTube or Twitch or anything? Or are you just always playing Klonoa? Just constantly?
Yeah, I'm playing Klonoa all day. I've got enough Klonoa for days.
That's not what I heard when I went to your room and to knock on the door to say, "Hey, what do you want for dinner, baby boy?" I ran out of breast milk. What do you want? That's what I said. And all I heard was...
Eric, did you hear the fucking bird punches just now?
Yes, that was a fucking Indiana Jones punch.
Yeah, it totally was.
Indiana Jones is the best punching sound effects.
Eric, what do you think? Temple of Doom or Crystal Skull?
What do you mean? Which one's better?
Yeah.
I think I would be more sad if I never got to see the Crystal Skull ever again. Like, if I had to choose between which one I never saw again, I would choose Temple of Doom. But it's not necessarily because it's better, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something about Crystal Skull. Not only is it bad, it's bad in a way that's like almost offensive to the rest of the series. Because the rest of the series is based off of like that has like religion.
Yeah.
And then the last one is just like fucking aliens and Shia LaBeouf.
Would you believe that was George Lucas's idea?
CG monkeys. It's a modern George Lucas thing.
So why would you pick it over Temple of Doom?
Because it's entertaining. Because it's bad.
Oh.
And whereas Temple of Doom is just like the worst Indiana Jones film before out of the first three. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like there's some strengths to Temple of Doom, like the dark imagery.
I don't know.
I mean, like
I'm not all that into Indiana Jones.
Like,
so
what is your criticism of Temple of Doom then?
It's just, I don't know. It feels different than the other ones, and I'm clearly not the only one who thinks that. But I don't know enough about Indiana Jones. It's been a long enough time, and I haven't seen them enough times.
Right.
They weren't like my childhood movies, so I can't tell you.
All right.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go ask an Indiana Jones expert.
So, Eric,
there are definitely a lot of people who.
Phantom Menace or Force Awakens?
What kind of fucking question is that? If that's honestly your question, then you're just trying to be a fucking edgelord. Oh, I like Force Awakens is so bad. Jar Jar's as funny as it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Force Awakens is obviously the better one.
I don't even care if you don't like The Force Awakens. That's fine. Or if you like find all the little problems with it because you're a fucking Star Wars nerd. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I could totally easily find problems, and I feel like walking out of the movie, I was like, I didn't like this, and this. That being said, if you're there, go watch The Phantom Menace and then watch Force Awakens, and then hang your head in shame as you walk out of my sight. As I will say that to you, I say, get out of my sight. For even suggesting that those two movies are on the same, like, territory.
Yeah.
Although I didn't like CG large head woman.
Oh, Maz?
Spoiler for Star Wars 7, in case you haven't seen it. There's a big CG headed woman thing. And I didn't like it.
Eric, what did you think of the CG bread coming out of the water? The instant bread.
The what?
There's like a scene where Rey puts like powder in water and then bread comes out.
Why would I care? That's such a throwaway scene. Why would I care?
Because that was actually practical effects.
What do you mean?
They didn't do that with CG. They did it with the real props and whatnot.
Okay, that was cool. I still don't care about much more than I did before. I'm sorry.
If you remembered what it would look like, I think it would...
Man.
Breeze Builder.
I do remember what it looks like. I remember it. I thought it was CG. But that's cool.
I did too.
But that doesn't mean I care about it all that much more. You know what I mean? What else? What are some other criticisms?
It's too much like Star Wars 4.
That's a valid one, but that doesn't make it necessarily a bad movie. It makes it more of an unoriginal movie. And I feel like there was enough parts that were different, and it was a very different feel. George Lucas wasn't allowed to touch it, so that helped.
Yeah.
There's a movie that was ending today. Alright, so I'd never seen any of Borat before. Have you?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen any of that.
I knew that it's like a thing. I didn't know exactly what it was until I saw it, which I did today. But there's a movie on beforehand, and I'm like, during the credit music, they play a Randy Newman song, and I was like, is that? But it wasn't Toy Story or even Disney related. I don't remember what movie it was, but you know what I mean. Also, are these guys just invincible when it comes to explosions?
Yeah, that other guy swallowed the bomb and survived. So
it's like almost a joke. So why are their arch enemies throwing bombs at them?
Eric, you're thinking too deeply about it.
I think they're secretly jihadist extremists.
Easy under 11.
And that can be used in any context.
Eric, you ready for some fun
in the
sun? What do you think of that guy?
I feel like Bo Peep. Okay. You know what? I actually like this. I like this character.
By the way, they specifically dug up...
You do realize that there's audio playing from the TV, right?
They specifically dug up Bill Clinton to play the role.
Oh, shut the fuck up. We've already had enough terrible presidents as Spyro characters.
Yeah.
And by enough, I mean one. Is this guy gonna explode into shit or whatever happened in Conquer?
No!
I just get a bad feeling whenever you start pushing cows around in video games, man.
Yeah.
It just, 100% of the time I've seen it, it's not ended well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know if a bull's gonna explode that cow. Or whatever the hell happens. After you get it to shit in a hole or something like that.
Oh,
Conquer's
that's
weird,
what you were
dude.
talking about.
Yes.
I forgot the cows.
Feck off, Crow.
What are you, Alec? You saying
Does
feck?
he say that all? No,
Yeah, he
I said
says-
it.
he
You
says-
said that to me, and then I was only after our good best BFF forever.
Haddocks?
No, you know, Buddy, the guy who made the remix, Game Mavericks remix. My boy, Geo.
Oh, Geo.
I
Couple
don't know
monsters.
if that's like what do you go by? Bud? I'm gonna call
Eric,
him,
you turned into
I'm gonna
your
call you
roommate for a
Buddy.
second.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Buddy Boy Jim, until I get a real name. I need a.
Eric, what did you think of that sound effect just
What is
now?
that fucking thing supposed to be? A leopard cow?
It's a calic.
A cow lek. I don't
Yep.
get it.
Alright, I don't know if we saw these in previous levels, but I hate these things.
Pikachu
in here.
show up in them.
In order to get all the gems in the level, you have to keep chasing
Pikachu
that.
comes out and then you gotta put it back in the bottle before
Ah, shit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger comes and turns into a Terminator. I think that's what that was supposed to be. Anyway, look, there's a fucking leopard cow, so it looks more like a fucking elephant than anything. What's the deal?
Maybe it's a bull elephant.
Insomniac. I don't get it. Is
Yeah,
that a
bull
name of an
elephant?
actual type of elephant?
A bull elephant's like a male one.
That's not like an elephant with Ebola.
But the joke is that they're cows. Part cows and
That's the joke.
bulls are cows.
That's the joke, huh?
Yeah.
That's the silly haha moment.
Hey, Eric, you're not laughing.
Hey, look, it's a cow. Whoa. They give us milk and also steak and veal if you're kind of fucked up in one of those countries. How common is veal in
What is veal?
America? Veal? You don't know what veal is?
I know it's
The reason
meat.
most people know what veal is because it's like baby cow, so you're killing it early.
Oh.
And not only that, they like have the little bit that the cow is alive. They have to like be in like very contained areas, I guess. There's a lot of like animal right issues with it, and that's why people know what veal is. But I don't know. Just even from the perspective of eating a baby cow as opposed to waiting for it to, live, I guess. I don't know. It's not very common. Although I will say, you know how I always talked about my job working with cooks and then chefs, right? There was a cook, which means they were one of the reasonable people. And he was funny. Because, there would be a lot of people who'd come, and because he would usually work at a station or whatever, where it was like there are no allergens, there are no, it's all gluten-free and all like sometimes fake and sometimes real health concerns are addressed there. You know what I mean? But some guy asked him if something was gluten-free, which is nonsense. Gluten is like, maybe, what's the other thing? Soy? I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those things. But anyway.
There's no actual evidence that gluten is harmful.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that people just sort of get on a train, get on the train, and but they don't actually make any sense. But somebody asked him if it was something free, and he said like whatever. But then he comes over to me and he's like, "Dude, I fucking hate all this stupid gluten-free shit. I want my shit with extra gluten, and you know what? I want my veal extra tortured." And he'd like make jokes, and that guy was. I like there were definitely some funny cooks. And the chef was just a big asshole.
From yonder window breaks. That window up there, dummy.
Private Romeo.
Said he was working on a way to help me get back with Juliet, but I haven't seen him in a long time.
This is a
Yeah,
thing.
so
right?
Eric, we got to go help him get back up to Juliet.
Look at that chicken monster. Yeah, that one.
Alright, so the professor
Really
should
quiet.
be.
Does this game really get quiet and then loop?
Yeah.
Ooh. I only
Yeah,
just noticed
all
that.
the old school Spyro games are like that.
That's not good.
Well, it's just a stylistic thing.
That's not a stylistic thing. That's a bad, lazy thing. That's a lazy
I don't know.
thing.
Stuart Copeland just wanted it that way. Otherwise, he would have done it differently.
But no video games are like that except for bad ones. I mean, at least it like lowers in volume, but that's probably just that track.
Yeah, it's built into the track. If I wanted, I could probably like.
Stuart Copeland, you do not get the E-Xander11 stamp of approval. I know you give a shit. I know you do. Because I am entitled to it.
You know what I think?
What do you think, Michael? What do you think? What were you thinking about this
I
elephant?
never thought it was a problem.
Yeah, well, you don't think a lot of things are problems that are. So deal.
Veal with it.
Deal with it. Hashtag deal with it. Hashtag Brother Clive. Hashtag
Hashtag Steve Corpola.
Hashtag Steven Corpola land.
Corpulation.
The incorporated. I can't even say that guy's fucking name. Look how that guy has done nothing. He's done nothing to you or to Ethan. And,
Yeah.
Well, he might have done. I mean, he was Ethan.
He got in the way while Ethan was trying to get up the stairs.
See, that's what I'm saying. He's especially done nothing to you except for be that man. And
Except for being
both of you make
the
fun
most
of him
obscenely
Speaking-
obese man ever.
Not obese man.
Eric, you know how
He's
you
just
said
a fat guy.
You know how I
Ethan
said
and Michael just make fun of all the time. It's
You know
just like-
how, Eric,
it's
you
like-
said once during the Warrior World playthrough how I wasn't
Maybe-
actually
yeah,
Michael, I was a freak from the circus
Well, that's
who used to be named Ollie the Obeseman.
yeah, but that's true. So I figured I didn't even need to bring that up. It's kind of an unspoken thing that you just used to be super like uncool and Ollie named Ollie and was from the circus because you
I ain't no
wanted to
Shane
anyway.
Dawson.
What?
Shane Dawson used to be huge.
And then nobody gave a shit about him.
Then, no, I don't mean huge that way. I mean like he used to be fat.
Oh, okay.
And then he lost a bunch of
don't
weight.
care.
So, that happened.
Okay, but anyway, I showed up and I was like, hey, Michael, be cool like me. And all of a sudden, he tried and he got like closer, so he's better now.
You know, Eric says that, but when we were
Still terrible.
kids, he used to copy everything I did.
Well, yeah, it's the little brother effect. Then I realized your name was Ollie and you like left the circus and I was like, wait a minute.
Well, I am impressed.
Impressive.
All 7 cow licks for me.
Hey Michael, isn't this JFK hilarious?
Rafflecopter.
You know what I think is the funniest about
Every
this?
time we sit down for a
this-
session, like I always sit forward, right?
Borge Jush?
I always sit forward, right? And then I realize that I'm sitting forward and that I'm louder than you because of that. And then I go back. and then
Braham Lincoln.
equalizes.
Broheim Lincoln? A Broheim Lincoln?
Yeah.